It's Friday. It's our 5th day of a perfect week. How are you feeling? I'm so glad you joined us here again. That's 5 days. You should be pretty proud of yourself. I'm Allison, and I'll be your guide today. Let's go ahead and get started. Find your way in their easy seat, and we're going to do a little flow. Friday flow, right? Our focus has been on change, and so now we're going to flow it out. Right? Okay, so let's bring our palms up this time and let them rest on our knees in our easy seat, whatever that looks like to you. Everyone will be a little bit different. And I'll invite you to this time, we're focusing on allowing our head to become lighter with each breath. Almost feel that you are getting taller with every inhale, with each exhale getting stronger. Let's try this. Breathing, thinking about lightening the head, lightening the load on our shoulders. Breathing in, taller, breathing out, stronger. Maybe whisper to yourself on each inhale, I am lighter. And each exhale, I am stronger. We're going to do something a little different today just to shake it up. Okay, I'm going to actually roll over to the side and we're going to do a little reclining Buddha. So I'm going to start on my right side. If you have any counter indications on your right, you can just stay in your seated position. But reclining Buddha. So I have my right arm is supporting my head. I almost said my right head. I'm not in my right head apparently. And take my left leg, and you can have left leg just on top of the thigh if that feels good, or maybe behind the thigh, or see if you can bring the left foot to the front without collapsing in, keeping the integrity. Maybe we're pushing the knee out away so that the knee is over the right leg, and come to a nice little mudra, relaxing here. But the feel is opening up the chest, opening up our heart, and feeling our knee pushing away from us. Finding that balance, activating the arm and activating the hips, the quads. And if it's comfortable, maybe closing your eyes a little bit and giving yourself a smile. All right, taking a moment from here, bringing that left hand down, releasing the head. We'll come over onto our belly for just a moment here and just take a moment in our belly posture. Maybe you want to bring one leg up or the other. Just take a moment, arriving on the mat. Don't worry, we'll get to the flow very, very soon. And then we'll do the same thing. We're just going to roll over to the other side and do the same thing over here. Why, hello. I didn't know you were coming. All right, let your left leg be straight this time, and same thing with the right leg. So right foot can be on the thigh, behind the thigh, or in front of the thigh. If it's in front of the thigh, we want to open up the hip, bring the elbow down, support the head, but you're opening up the chest, opening up the hips, and maybe come to a little mudra here. Keep that left foot active. We're not collapsing in. We're opening up that heart. We open up our heart to change. We open up our hips to release the fear that keeps us from change. And plus, it's just a fun pose. Strike a pose. Okay, release the hand, and this time we'll roll onto the back. And we're going to do a couple rolls, a little massage, but it's also a little bit of a core work. Get the feet active, and we're going to roll up. Now, if that doesn't feel good to you, you can stop right there. But if it does feel good, Maybe do a couple more. Allow the knees to drive the movement back and forth. Getting a nice little motion going. I'm holding the backs of my thighs, but certainly you can do this without hands. Look, Ma, no hands. It's up to you. Yogi's choice. Okay, on the next roll, we're going to roll into a seated position again. All right, here we are, right where we started. Okay, so from here, let's roll into our tabletop and fix our hair. Now, in our tabletop, remember that your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And we'll do some cat-cows. We've done a lot of these this week. You know what to do, but it's all about that breath and movement. And where are you pressing with your hands? Oh, that's right, the fingers, not just in your wrist. Okay, yesterday we did a supported side plank, so we're going to start with that. But we're going to do a little tabletop twist first. So we're going to move into plank, but first, but wait, there's more. Weight goes on the left knee and the left hand. Inhale the right hand up. We're going to do a little thread the needle. Opening up the heart, twisting with the belly. Remember that twists create energy. Dive the right hand under the left armpit. And you can stay right here or reach the left hand up toward the ceiling. Get a little twist. Or bring the left hand behind the back, either at the small of your back or if you can reach it, going toward the right thigh. When you do that, you're opening up your left shoulder, so you're turning your heart chakra up toward the ceiling or toward the sky. But be gentle with your body. Listen to what your body needs. All right, now release those fingers. What if you're in that bind? We'll release, come back out, magic fingers. Not sure what that means, but I think you know. All right, left hand helps to come back up to the cat-cow position, and we're going to go ahead and do a nice little side plank. Okay, so let's let this time the weight go onto the right hand and knee. I'm going to kickstand my right leg, stretch my left leg out, and then reach my left fingertips up toward the ceiling. Now, stay here, opening up that heart, or go ahead and match your feet or balance your feet however works best for you to have a nice little side plank. But keep that left arm, if you can, opening your chest up to the ceiling. Take one more breath and slowly come back down into a tabletop. And we'll do a little more cat-cow. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, all right, so now the weight goes onto the right hand, right fingers, and the right knee. Inhale, left fingers up toward the ceiling. Exhale, dive those fingers under the armpit. You know the ritual here. So your head is down. We're stretching the neck a little bit, but only what is comfortable. Stay here, or bring the right arm, right fingertips toward magic fingers toward the ceiling, opening up that heart, or maybe putting your right hand on your hip, or maybe trying that bind again, behind the back, reaching toward the left thigh, keeping that right shoulder open, spiraling the heart chakra open toward the ceiling, toward the sky, making space and making room for empathy for others and grace and forgiveness for ourselves as we go through change. All right, release your bind, magic fingers all the way back down to the mat, pressing through. And this time, instead of cat-cow, We'll kind of wiggle it out and we'll send back into a wide-legged child's pose. Toes together, knees wide, send the hips back. And if you remember, when we do any of our child's poses, if our hips aren't making it down to the mat, I really encourage you to use a block underneath. It's okay. It's more important to have your sits bones pressing into something, if it is possible, if you have that at home. Okay, so from here, we're going to roll into a downward facing dog. Okay, so rolling up onto our hands, curling the back toes, sending those hips up. Do a little nice walk of the dog, even if you have a cat like me. Pedaling it out. Let the head loosen, neck loosen, shoulders loosen. And then let's tiptoe up, foot by foot, to be in our forward fold. Now this time in the forward fold, of course, do whatever forward fold looks to you. It could be a block, it could be shins, it could be elbows. But I'll encourage you or invite you to join me in trying to lock elbows and hands behind the legs. If that's not working for you, that's fine. Maybe you just grab the hands behind the legs. That's okay too. Keep those knees bent. We're not in competition. Okay. Take a little more deep breath here. And go ahead and release. And we're going to come up to standing in our mountain pose. Woo! Don't stand up too fast. Okay, from our mountain pose, as always, really making sure we're rooted through the feet. I used to take Kung Fu, and the way that looked like was you would really grind through the toes and press into the heels. And if that's what helps you, I think about it every time. You just want to make sure the feet are receiving all of your weight, all four corners, not just on the heels because you'll tip backwards, not just on your toes, you'll tip forwards. Balancing all the way through. Okay, so in our mountain pose here, Tadasana, fingertips shooting behind you to open up your chest. Bringing those shoulders down and just breathing. And I'm going to bring my right arm across my body and let the left arm pull just a little bit toward the chest. We're going to do some eagle arms later, so we want to be prepared, right? Eagle arms. And release, shake it out on the other side. So we're going to move into Sun Salutation B. So we'll do the traditional, and then, of course, I have some variations because it wouldn't be me if we didn't have variations. Okay, coming to the top of the mat. Inhale, reaching up into our extended mountain, extended Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, diving down. Hello, feet. We'll inhale, halfway lift, and then come up into a nice chair pose. Opening the chest, pulling the feet back, the toes back, the hips back. Inhale, exhale, see if you can go a little deeper. Inhale, little back bend, and exhale, dive the hands down. Place by your feet and step or hop back into plank. Lower down, come as low as you can, and then we'll lower into chaturanga to up dog or cobra, whatever suits you today. Inhale, exhale, coming back to down dog. All right, look between the hands, and we'll step or hop between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair. And then release, coming up to Tadasana. Okay, that's our first one. That's kind of our warm-up one. And then we're going to do a few more. It is so warm in here. Hope you are warm too. Okay, no, just kidding. Hope you're cool. All right, anyway, reaching up. Extended mountain. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair. Holding chair. Exhale. Place the hands, step back into a high lunge. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, coming back down. Step back into plank and lower down. Plank, chaturanga to up dog. Exhale, coming back into down dog. Step the left foot forward into a high lunge. Inhale up, crescent pose, high. Exhale, coming down behind the feet. Step back, plank, lower down, chaturanga to up dog. Pressing back to down dog. Look between the hands, step or hop between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sitting back to chair. And then release, coming back up to standing. Okay, so it's a little different than some Salutation Bs, but you do you, boo. All right, one more time for the other side. One more time for the people in the back, the cheap seats. All right, anyway, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, half. Exhale, chair. Place the hands around the feet. Step the right foot back into high lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, place hands. Step back into down dog, into plank, and chaturanga to up dog. Up dog to down dog. Bring the right leg in, place by the right foot. High lunge, crescent. Exhale, come down, frame the foot. Step back, down dog, plank, chaturanga to up dog. Press back, look between the hands, step or hop. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chair. Hold. Inhale, and then exhale, release. Whew. Let's do that one more time, but we're going to add in a little bit of a variation. Okay, inhale, extended fingers up toward the ceiling. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chair. Now from here, this time, holding here for a moment. Inhale, exhale a little deeper. Inhale, opening that chest. Exhale, send the right fingertip back, left fingertip forward. Okay, from here, you can stay here or bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, palms together but twisting at the core. Whew. Transfer the weight onto your right foot. Left foot comes up light and steps back into our high lunge. Stretch. You can hold here or stretch those arms out in either direction, a little bit more of a twist. Breathing. All right, now shift your weight so that you come back up into that high lunge. Whew. Inhale, exhale, frame the front foot. Stepping back, kick that leg back into three-legged downward dog. Then come into three-legged chaturanga, holding, and then up dog. Press back to down dog. Kick that left leg out. Bring the left knee through the center. Place that left foot by left thumb. Come up into high lunge. Exhale. Frame the foot. Step back to down dog. Come into plank. Slowly lower down. Come up to up dog. Press back to down dog. Look between the hands. Step or hop between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair. Inhale and exhale to standing. Great. Let's do it one more time. Other side. Inhale, extended. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, chair. This time, from here, holding for a moment. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, hips down. Send the left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Stay here in this twist, or bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Prayer pose, but twist at your core. Now, weight goes on to the left foot, right foot becomes light. Step back into a high lunge. Keep your hands in prayer pose or extend left fingertips toward ceiling, right fingertips toward the ground. Okay, we're going to twist. We're going to untwist, I should say. Come up into that high lunge crescent. Awesome. Inhale, exhale, frame the front foot. Kick the left leg out into a three-legged dog. Bring the body into a three-legged plank and lower down to three-legged chaturanga and then to up dog. Lots of work on the arms. Exhale, pressing back. All right, let's wait on the left foot. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee through the center. Plant right foot next to right thumb. High lunge coming up, crescent. Exhale. Frame the foot, step back to down dog, ripple through into plank, and then lower down, chaturanga to up dog. Remember that there are options. You don't always have to do chaturanga to up dog. Look between the hands, step or hop between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair. Inhale and exhale to standing. Awesome. If you're watching this on a video, you can always do that. Repeat that whole cycle again. Get yourself a really nice workout. All right, from here, let's take a moment to relax it out. So I'm standing, my legs are kind of wide, and I'm going to loosen up my lower back. Just allowing my hands to swing across almost like I'm one of those county fair rides, right? Except that my arms aren't going to fly off. Okay, so loosening up the lower back. Let's stretch out the arms a little bit more. Interlacing my fingers, palms pressing up to the ceiling. Knees are softly bent. Inhale, exhale, hinging at the hips, diving down. Okay, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Now's the time for eagle. We're going to start with a tree pose. We have some variations here, so I invite you to do what works best for you and your practice. If we're looking at trying to make change in our lives, what better way than to get out of our comfort zone? So I've always found balancing poses like this, or even that sun salutation B, gets us out of our comfort zone, gets us out of our routine, put us into something new, something different, and even if you don't do it again, that change, that variation is what we need for change. Okay, so weight is on my left foot. Right knee bends, then right knee opens, and you can stay right here in the chair, in tree pose, if you would like, or bring up to calf, never the knee or your inner thigh, wherever you're at. Now, if you're at the inner thigh, the knee, make sure the knee isn't coming forward. The right knee should be pressing back, just like what we were doing with our reclined Buddha at the beginning. Pressing that knee open, right? Bring our hands to heart. Now, from here, we're going to go into an eagle pose. So you can stay in your tree if you would like. You can open up those arms. Or if you're not going to do eagle legs, you can at least do eagle arm. But let's start with eagle legs. So I'm going to release my right leg and bring it across the left knee as I squat a little bit. Okay, just like in our chair, right? Now you can stay right there, or if you can bring the foot around the ankle, you could do that. Now, so I have my right leg around my left, and I'm going to bring my left arm under my right. So even if I'm in tree, do some eagle here. Inhale those arms up, exhale those hips down. Find a focal point, find a drishti. I still have my scented bracelet on it. It smells so good. I love it. All right, take one more breath here. Feel the weight on all four corners of your left foot. And then slowly, 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 slowly untwine. Oh, sweet. Okay. Shake it out a little bit. And we'll do a little forward fold again. Okay, so feet are just more than hip distance, hinging at the hips, diving down for a little forward fold. Okay, so from here, I'm actually going to go into a malasana if you would like that, and then we'll do the tree and the eagle on the other side. Okay, so from here, my forward fold, just going to squat down. And everyone's a little bit different where they are as far as malasana, block under the hips is fine. Maybe you're up here, that's okay. Maybe you're holding here, that's all right too. Maybe your hips are nearly all the way down. Some of that is knee flexibility. Do what works for your body. I'm just taking a moment for us to ground ourselves, to breathe. We had just been the eagles in the tree, and now we're coming down into the ground, grounding us as much as possible to find that balance between the height of the tree and the eagle and the earthbound connection through a malasana. Okay, so from your malasana, release. Maybe you plant your hands on the mat and slowly let your hips come up. And then slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, not too fast. Control. And let's do another one. This time, weight will go into our right foot. Left foot bends, knee comes out to the side. Remember, keeping that there if that's as far as we're going to go, and that's fine. Left foot could come to the calf. Of course, not the knee. Who does that? Left foot to the inner thigh, and if so, then pressing that left knee open, even if you're at the very bottom. So just like our reclined Buddha, pressing that left knee open, bringing our hands to heart. Again, stay here, where you can even open your arms up. Find your drishti. Find the weight on all four corners of your right foot. Or join me in some eagle legs. And even if you stay in tree, I invite you to do eagle arms. Choices. Even though there's change, there's always choices. Okay, bending the right knee a little bit, bringing the left knee across, and maybe we stay right there. Or bend the right knee a little bit more and bring that left foot across the ankle. Whew, all right, now this time, I'm going to bring my right elbow under my left and bring those up. Inhale, the elbows up, exhale, the hips down. Find that drishti. Find the weight on all four corners of your foot. Breathing in here, see if you can get your back a little straighter, your head a little lighter, your foot a little more grounded. I'm asking for a lot, I know. Remember, we're getting out of our comfort zone because that's where there is change. She says to herself, honestly, that's what I need. It's my own advice. Okay, let's slowly untwine, releasing. Okay, shaking out the legs, and once more, legs a little more than hip distance apart. Forward fold. We'll come back down into a balasana if you're feeling it. Malasana, not balasana. Breathing into this fold, feeling the energy in the backs of the legs, and then coming down to whatever malasana looks like to you. So yogic squat, whatever you need to do, you know it. But remember, the whole point is to ground ourselves. After being enlightened through the tree and the eagle, we are now grounded, finding balance between the earth and the sky. It sounds so philosophical today. Who knew? Okay, now roll back onto your butts. Now we're on the seated portion of our extravaganza. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to do some boat, and we'll move on from there. But we'll just start with boat. Okay, so from boat, feet are on the mat, knees are bent, and we can slowly roll back. We'll do some basic boat, and then we'll do some advanced boat. Oh, yes. Okay, so if you're new to boat, if you know boat, do your boat. If you're new to boat. It's funny. Say it 14 more times, and it'll start to make sense. Anyway, grab the backs of your legs if you're new to boat, or if you're just really trying to learn how to do it. Bring those shoulders back and around. Open up the heart, bringing the chin up toward the ceiling, bringing the eyes up. Activating that core, and you might just stay here, and that's okay. Or maybe now that you're here in this pose, if you can let go. If you can let go, well, why not pick up your feet? And if you could pick up your feet, why not make a nice V here? Wherever you're at, Breathing into it. Enjoy the shake. I'm definitely shaking right now. It's okay. Keep breathing. Hold it for 2 more breaths. Just kidding. 1 more for good measure. And release. Whew, all right. Well, we're going to do a little break from that, and we'll do a little counter stretch. So from here, I'm going to roll over into my belly. Remember how we were on our bellies earlier? And if you did the practice with me yesterday or the day before, I can't keep track anymore, we did locust. So bow is locust, just more compact. All right, so let's start practicing that same way. So picking up my legs off the ground, so taking my feet up and then bending the knee, bringing the heels toward the butt. Hold that for a breath and then release. And then we'll do the same thing with the arms. Sending the arms back, using the muscles of my back and my belly to open up my chest, open up my throat. 1 breath here and release. And then see if we can bring the hands and the feet together. And if not, do a locust pose or just keep practicing those 2 parts, and then we will get it all together at some point. Okay, so hands are holding the feet. Feet kick into the hands, chest opens. Breathing. Try not to look at yourself in the mirror. Feeling your backs of your legs, your butt, your arms, your lower back, everything is active. Take 1 more breath here, inhaling, and exhale, release. Great job, everybody. Okay, but we're not done with boat. So we'll roll back over onto our backs. Now you can do your traditional boat here, or if you want a little bit of a challenge, we're going to do some boat twists, which I know everybody loves, right? Whew. Okay, so from here, knees are up, legs are out. I'm going to drop my right leg, bend my left, and then take my right elbow and kiss the right elbow to left knee, or at least be in the vicinity. Then come back and twist. Now, if you're worried about holding your head and hurting it, just pretend like you're holding a beach ball. Beach ball to center, beach ball over here to the left knee bends. And keep doing that twist, coming through, stalling in the center for a moment to slow it down and to make it hurt more. I mean, just to make it more effective. Just kidding. But you can do either one. You can also just keep those elbows behind the head. But if you do, remember your fingers are barely touching your head. Okay, do 2 more for good measure. And release. How's that feeling, guys? Sweet. Okay. So from here, keeping my left foot bent, I'm going to take my right leg up and grab the backs of my right leg and just kind of gently pull the leg toward me. Now, if you need, I'm saying now a lot, if you need a strap, I should have warned you before, you could use the yogic strap to hold your foot, or you can grab your toe. So I'm going to grab my toe with my right foot, but I'm going to pause here so that if you need a yoga strap, you could grab one, anchor the strap around your foot, wrap it around your hand, and then allow your right foot to fall to the side. Woo. Now you can always put a block under as well. If you'd like to put a block under your foot. But maybe you're holding with the strap, and that's okay too. Take 1 more good breath here. And then you can bend the knee, come up to the center, and switch hands. We're not done. Okay, so you can grab that left foot and either holding it with your left hand, wrapping the yoga strap around your left hand, and allow that to fall over. Or you can run into your wall like I just did. Okay, opening up the hips, but also on both sides of the hip. You can keep your left knee bent if that feels better. Okay, take one more breath in and exhale, release. And now let's bring both knees up to the chest. Give a nice little hug. Maybe even bring your nose to knee. Rock back and forth. And then release. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so get that yoga strap. Or just grab your toes. So this time is left hand with the yoga strap around the left foot, or grabbing those left toes and allowing the left foot to fall open. I'm a little close to my wall, but you get the gist. Again, you can put blocks underneath your foot or even under your knee to give you support. There is no reason to not use support when you can use it, which is a great reminder for when we're going through change. Whatever the change is, find your support system, find your people, and talk to them, even if it means finding a therapist, right? Okay, take one more nice breath here and then bring it to center. Give your knee a nice little hug and then switch. So if you have the yoga strap, wrap the strap around your right hand, catch the foot, and allow it to fall, your left foot to fall over to the right. Right and left are really tough for me. Take one more nice deep breath here, inhaling and exhale. We'll come back to center. Let's do a nice Baddha Konasana. I don't know why I say nice in front of everything, but it's not a mean Baddha Konasana. Okay, bottoms of the feet together, knees fall to the side. Maybe you have blocks to support your knees. Always allowed. And bring your hands to your belly. And we'll just take that moment to breathe and feel how our bodies have changed, how we have changed from the start of the class. There's always change in our lives. And we'll do a short savasana, but we're going to do a reverse shavasana. So since we've done it before a million times, let's roll over onto our bellies. You can have a blanket under your belly if you want to bring up the hips a little bit. Conveniently, I have all this stuff here. And then maybe make a pillow with your hands. If you need to, you can always bring right leg or left leg up. And this will be our short savasana. If you'd like to stay in shavasana when we are done, I encourage you to do so. If your head was leaning to one side or the other, switch the sides. If you'd like to stay in this shavasana, I highly encourage you to do so. But if you are going to do shavasana later, pinky swear, promise that you will. You can start by kind of rolling to one side, maybe rolling off your blanket if you were using a blanket. Coming into that fetal position on one side. Taking a moment to reground yourself and to thank yourself for accepting, honoring, and navigating change. And I'm thankful that you came by for this video. And when you're ready, slowly sitting up, using the hands to press you to standing. No, sitting. Don't stand yet. Finding your way back to our seated position, how we began. Everything is cyclical, even through changes. Breathing for yourself, breathing for change, breathing for thankfulness. Thank you for joining me for our Friday flow. Inhale, arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Bowing. Namaste.